Hey there, it's Dorleen. Welcome to my channel. I'm working on this sketch. Although it's a one-page sketch, I'm going to make it into a two-page sketch. So I'm going to have that really long title, big and long title, kind of going over both pages. So right now I'm just working on the left side, and if you remembered on the sketch, and I will show it later, there was a huge block of paper in the middle. So I wanted to use the same pattern paper, so I just cut it down in half. Basically each side is 6 by 12, and I'm going to put that just right in the middle of the page horizontally. And as you can see, there are 7 pictures on this side, and I believe there's 5 on the other, but I'll show you when I get to that point as well. So these are pictures when we did a virtual marathon that my family does every year in November, and we do challenges along the way. So a lot of people post pictures, and so I just screenshot them from their social media, or sometimes they send me the photos, and I just print them in odd sizes. Now in order to do the odd sizes, I just go to my local Walgreens, and I'm sure you can probably go to any photo processing place, and I create a 4x6 collage print. And if you do 2 photos, they come to about 3x4, a little less because there's a border. But if you add more photos, they come into these really fun, smaller, squared photos. So it's nice to do when the photos aren't super important as far as having them really big and telling the story, but also if you want to just add a lot of photos to a page, which I did here. So on the sketch, they had torn strip of paper on both the top and the bottom of that huge horizontal strip. So I'm just using scraps from the paper pack that I used for all these event pages. Now, if you are a subscriber of my channel, you've probably seen other layouts, and if you haven't, I'll try to set them on the information box. If not, just go to the scrapbooking playlist and they will be there. But because it's this page, or this 2-page spread, and then one more kind of final page that I have left for this is the very first year marathon. So I'm trying to use as much of the scraps as possible without really kind of breaking another full 12 by 12 page. But it works out fine because I'm tearing these strips, and I really kind of trying to match what's on the top and what's on the bottom. And then I'm also going to bring the same thing to the next page. So once I figure out all the torn strips, I'm going to go ahead and remove the photos and go ahead and adhere the strips to the 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And with the magic of video, of course, I get to bump up the speed. So I wish I could adhere all the adhesive and all these strips as quickly as the video is showing. But I figured, why see this in real time when it really is just me putting double-sided tape on the back of each of these strips and then adhering them to the page. But I do hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. Also give me a thumbs up or a like, and also hit that subscribe button. I do post at least 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center, and the command center is the name of my blog and also my scrap room. So I'll have a link below to my blog, and on the blog it'll have all the information of the type of paper or where the paper's from, anything that I use for this layout or this 2-page spread. So also within this event, I cut a lot of embellishments with my Cricut, basically just basic stars and like kind of walking icons. I also searched through my stickers and my die cuts and just all my embellishments and grabbed anything that I thought was either in that same color scheme or stars, labels, things like that. So that arrow up on top that I have with that looks like a journaling strip or label strip, I found that, and who knows where it came from. If you're like me, you probably get gifted a lot of things, or sometimes you go to like the scrapbook expos or different type of crops, and there's always a trash to treasure bin, which I love to give or contribute to those trash to treasure tables, because I have so much that I go through, and I keep them on the side of my my craft room. And then when those crops come up, I'm always bringing them, because it's the one thing I love about going to crops is everybody has stuff to share, and you don't know you need it until you see it. And so some of these things I knew I was using this color scheme, and so I grabbed, like I said, that one arrow thing was on that table just random by itself, but it worked out perfectly here. And I just stacked some stars on that running shoe. I'm going through with liquid adhesive because a couple of those edges were kind of fraying up, because it's hard to get that double-sided adhesive in every little part of these skinny pieces. But so that side is basically done for now. I did put some splatter up on the top, which you just saw me do. Now I use a product from it used to be Fun Stamper's Journey. Now it's Spellbinders, and it's called Color Splash or Color Silk. But you could basically just use, water down paint, brush, whatever, sprays, things like that. But anyhow, I love that splatter look. That seems to kind of be my go-to. So you can see from the title, I just did You Can Do It, because this was the final week, and there were so many of us that were just like right at the edge of that 50K mark. So I put You Can on one side, and I cut these letters out with my Cricut, and I did a search for in the phrase section for You Can Do It, and there's just so many different things you could choose from. So I just cut them as big as possible and just glued them right on there using liquid adhesive. And once the letters are on, I go ahead and use a white pen, and I put some edges, white edging to kind of make those letters pop a little bit. I did cut some more yellow stars while I was cutting those letters, because I just needed a little bit more yellow on these pages. But I only did a few because I didn't want a lot of leftovers. Like I mentioned, I only have a couple more pages of this year. This is the first year again of the marathon, so I didn't want to have a whole lot of leftover. But I just put the white lines on the right side of these letters just to add a little bit of pop. I really like doing that, especially when you just have like plain black letters, because, well, why not? It's super easy and doesn't cost a whole lot, not a lot of extra bulk, things like that. So that's it for the left side. And now on the right side, I already adhered the pattern papers and also the photo. So it's just a matter of now gluing on the rest of the letters and the other embellishments. But you notice there on the top, I also did some splash. So basically the page just flows over. The only thing I'm really not sure of, or why I didn't do, is on the bottom part of this strip, I didn't put any more torn paper. I may go back and do that, but also I may not, because it's really not that big of a deal. But I just used some liquid adhesive, glued down the stars. I have that walking icon, and it's so easy. Like these star images or cuts or shapes are just perfect for a marathon or anything like that, because I just wanted it simple, and I wanted to show off all the photos that we all took. So I really do hope that you go back and look at these other layouts, because it's a really cool thing that we did. Kind of a long story, but just really quick, we did a virtual marathon because we have family in all sorts all over the California, also in Arizona, Mississippi, not Mississippi, I'm sorry, Alabama, and I think those are the only two states. But also we had a lot of we call ourselves Strutters, who, because of the month of November, went on vacation. So we had people in like Seattle and in Nevada is the other state, and in Nevada, and just different areas. So it's kind of cool that our whole family's really gotten into this memorial strut. But like I said, you can read about that a little bit more on my blog, which again I'll have down below, the link down below. And I did a couple of more just writing. I didn't do a lot of journaling because I did do an introduction page, and I felt like that was all the journaling we really needed. But there's the 2-page spread. Isn't that just so fun? It's so easy, but look at all those pictures. And I love that I followed that sketch, but I made it into a 2-page layout instead of a single. And I hope you like this too. And again, if you do, just give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you have any comments, please leave a comment. And if you're not already a subscriber, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching. Bye.